Here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Talk Cleveland Sports. I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Joey Schneider.
And we're here to talk equally for 20 minutes each about the Guardians, Cavs, and Browns. And we want to let you know that this show is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, the official power washer and roofer of the Lake County Sentinel. They can work on decks. They can rebuild decks. And they can also, they'll power wash your deck, your house, your drive, your stairs. They also do demolition now too. So I don't know if they can demolish a high-rise building, but hey, they keep amazing me with the different things they do. So you never know. But call them today at 440-278-0506 for a free estimate. They can also help you with insurance company claims. So let's get to the Cavaliers. I mentioned it on my Cavs post game last night, and I want to mention it today. I was sitting on the couch Sunday afternoon watching the end of the Knicks and the Sixers series, and it just hit me. And I'm pretty good with these things. My son can tell you that, with premonitions almost, I guess. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, Cavs are going to get to the finals. Cavs were down 2-1 at that point. And I just thought to myself, they're going to come back. They're going to beat the Pistons. And then they're going to beat the Knicks, because all of the pressure is on the New York Knicks to beat whoever makes it to the conference finals, because, they made it last year and didn't win. And so, the New York media is going to be all over them. So I think that the Cavs are going to get to the finals. I think the only way they win the championship is if somehow, some way, Minnesota or San Antonio, whoever gets to the Western Conference Finals, beats Oklahoma City. But I feel like the only way that happens is if Oklahoma City, if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, Caruso, and Isaiah Hartenstein miss the entire series, either San Antonio or Minnesota might have a chance to beat them. That's how good they are. So, but I think the Cavs, I don't know, I think they're gonna get the conference finals. And last night was a perfect example of clueless, 100% clueless JB Bickerstaff. He had zero clue how to stop that run by the Cavs in the third quarter. Zero. He took 2 timeouts during that 22-0 run by the Cavs. I mean, if you want to talk about a Cavalanche, that was a Cavalanche last night. They evened the series 2-2. The 112-103 win. You can read Ken Krisner's article on LakeCountySentinel.com about last night's game. But Donovan Mitchell scored 43. Harden scored 24 and 11 assists. Evan Mobley, 17 points and nine bounds, as my friend Michael Regai would say, and 5 blocks.
And 3 steals.
Did Mobley have 3 steals?
Mobley had 5 blocks and 3 steals.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep.
I was so impressed by the 5 blocks. I missed the steals, but what a game, huh? What a game. You know?
Yeah.
What do you
I
got?
mean, Donovan Mitchell did what Donovan Mitchell needs to do. And it's in times like that, he needs to take over. Donovan Mitchell wants to be the face of the franchise. That's what the face of the franchise does. He takes over when things aren't happening. And we haven't seen that this postseason yet. So it was good to see it happen to bring the series back to 2-2. Harden played, what Harden needed to play, 20, what was it, 27 points, I think?
I mean, let's just say this, and let's be honest. Yes, 24.
24.
Let's just be honest, Joey. The face of the franchise, until Donovan Mitchell gets this team to the finals, the face of the franchise is still LeBron James. Nothing's changed.
LeBron.
It's
been 8 years. I don't even think of I'm
it
grateful
has
for
been
LeBron.
8 years. It has been 8 years. But
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
give me any Donovan Mitchell is this or that. When people think of the Cleveland Cavaliers, they think of LeBron James. Still, they do.
Ask a 15, 14-year-old
They do.
about the Cavs. They're going to say Donovan Mitchell.
Who do you think of the Chicago Bulls? What do you think of?
Okay, that is I'm old. I said ask a 14-year-old.
No, they're the same. They're both icons of the sport.
They are icons of the sport.
Well,
You're
no.
100% right.
Oh, and they probably Michael Jordan too. What's the thing that's been a superstar? A 14-year-old certainly doesn't know Derrick Rose. Donovan Mitchell has proven nothing here yet. They've not got past the second round yet with him.
No.
Until they get to I feel like they got to get to the finals. Until they get to the finals with Donovan Mitchell.
I think either
there's nothing.
Either the finals or you got to take it deep into in the Eastern Conference. But
7 games, Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those bludgeoned each other series. Yeah.
Right. But I think Mitchell has and the team has been good, but to get to that next level, you got to go, like I said, Game 7, either Eastern Conference Finals or get to the finals, which more preferably getting to the finals. And getting to the finals.
Mark Price and Brad Daugherty.
Who? Wait, what? Who? What?
The team was good with Mark Price and Brad Daugherty too.
Right, and then in that era,
I would say the Eastern Conference Finals twice.
In that era, you could make an argument. You could say Mark Price or Brad Daugherty was the face of the franchise, but they didn't. But they didn't get to the finals.
Well, they were, and that was before LeBron James.
Right.
If you look at longtime Cavs fans. Like, I've been a fan since 76 is the first thing I remember. Okay. So I remember all the different eras. Right. Okay. The Miracle of Richfield's the first thing I remember. Okay.
I think 89 is the first I remember.
What's that?
89 is the first year I really remember.
Okay. Price Daugherty. Those of us who were like old enough to remember even the Miracle of Richfield thing, the Price Daugherty era was special. The Price Daugherty era was basically like the Indians in the 90s.
Yeah.
They didn't win anything, but they were great. Okay. And those two were the face of the franchise, probably. Price and Daugherty, when you talk to people. Yeah, the Price and Daugherty years.
But everyone in Cleveland, everyone in Northeast Ohio can name that starting 5.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Then the face of the franchise became LeBron James.
Yes.
And it still is. It still is until Don Mitchell wins something. It still is.
I think that we're far enough removed that
So the Bulls should say that Michael Jordan is not the face of their franchise anymore because we're far removed from that.
I think that if you're looking at the present, yeah, if you're talking about eras, sure.
Name me the face of the, and without looking it up, name me the face of the Bulls franchise.
I don't know, Vucevic. Is he even still on the team?
Who?
Vucevic. Is he still
No.
on Chicago?
No.
But they don't have a player that's as good as Donovan Mitchell.
Derrick Rose was.
Derrick Rose was. And if he would have stayed healthy,
what did he
right.
win?
But
he won as much as Donovan Mitchell.
And if he would have stayed healthy, who knows?
He would have been. He would have been the face of their franchise.
100%.
No, but he's not.
But he got hurt.
Because if he would have stayed healthy, what would have happened? They would have probably won a championship.
They still would have had to get past LeBron.
But they didn't, right? Until Donovan Mitchell gets to a finals, LeBron James is still the face of the Cavs franchise.
I disagree.
I just think he is. And I am one of those people that absolutely hates the Cavs have never won anything without LeBron. But let's be honest, if we're talking face of franchises, look, some people will still say that those 90s Indians teams are still the face of that franchise, although we know it's Jose Ramirez now.
Right.
Because he's probably made the playoffs more than those teams did.
But who was the face of the franchise before Jose Ramirez?
Before Jose Ramirez? I think in baseball it's a little different.
I mean, you could argue.
I think it's a little different in baseball, but I still think Donovan Mitchell. I think Jalen Tyson probably should have. And I like when players show emotion and say what they're thinking instead of just these cookie cutter answers. But I think he probably would have been better off keeping his mouth shut that night.
I don't know. I didn't hear what he said.
When they he's the one that started it.
Oh, the face of the franchise?
Cleveland is Donovan Mitchell's town now because they beat the Lakers. I thought that was pretty damn disrespectful to LeBron James, too. Donovan Mitchell's won absolutely nothing.
Okay, I understand. I understand that they haven't won anything. This,
Joey. Do you ever remember LeBron not showing up in a playoff game?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, with Miami.
With Miami?
You didn't specify what team.
No. Did it ever happen with the Cavs?
I'm sure he had an off game.
No.
I'm sure there was one game.
Oh, one game out of how many?
A lot.
He's the all-time leader in franchise playoff games.
My thing is, I will never say
Mitchell
a player.
doesn't show up.
My thing is, when LeBron retires, LeBron will be forever the face of the Cleveland Cavaliers because there's no one that's going to ever outshine LeBron as a player on the Cavs. You're going to have the GOAT argument forever, LeBron or Jordan. And that's, you could throw Kobe in that mix if you're, if you want to get three people in there.
In that conversation. That's stupid. I hate when people bring him in there.
I love Kobe, but
I love Kobe too, but he don't belong in that conversation.
But it's always going to be roughly those two. That's going to be the argument.
That's like putting talk show hosts in the same conversation as you and me.
But
come on.
But while LeBron is still playing, he is the face. He's sharing duties, but he is one of the faces of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Nah.
I think so. He's been there 8 years.
Never. Nah. I think that
to me, Donovan Mitchell
the whole
is the
history
face
of
of
the
the Cavs
Los
right
Angeles
now.
Lakers. The whole history of the Los Angeles Lakers. He's not even close to their Mount Rushmore as a Laker.
Well, let's see. You would have
no way.
Magic,
George Mikan.
Well, yeah,
George Mikan.
I'd put LeBron over him as a Laker.
As a Laker?
Okay.
George Mikan made the Lakers.
Okay, if you're going to do a Mount Rushmore of Lakers, there's just too many. I mean, Kobe.
Well,
Just off the top of my head,
well,
Kobe,
you only got four guys, or what?
Kobe,
Five? Is there five guys, or are there four?
Four. Kobe,
Yeah.
Shaq, Kareem, and Magic Johnson.
Who?
Magic.
Kobe, Shaq,
Kareem,
Kobe,
and this
Shaq, Magic Johnson, and what, you got LeBron?
No, Kareem.
Okay, so it is four. I always remember.
It's four.
I think you gotta put George Mikan in there too. Kobe, well, yeah. I mean, so somebody's got to get left out. He was their first superstar. He's who led them to their first championships. You know,
just,
I mean,
just because you're the first superstar doesn't mean that you're going to forever be the face of the franchise. You ask me who George Mikan is. Yeah, I know who he is, but I can promise you I've never seen him play a game. That's why you ask kids I've never seen
Babe Ruth play a game either.
Right, but if I ask my little nephews, they're 9, 10 years old, who's the best player on the Cavs? Who's the best player you've ever seen? They're going to say Donovan Mitchell.
Well, because he's
right.
But when they get older and they know history,
potentially.
But your point is being made that Babe Ruth doesn't matter.
No, I'm saying
you never saw him play.
I'm saying that in different eras, you're going to have different faces of the franchise. LeBron will always be synonymous with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but he's also going to be always synonymous with the Miami Heat. He's going to also be synonymous with the Lakers.
But we're talking Cavs. But if Donovan Mitchell wins a championship in Cleveland, he becomes equal. So now he is the face of the franchise because he's still here. I'm just saying he has to do at least what LeBron James did to be considered the face of the franchise.
I think just getting to the finals makes him the face of the franchise. I don't think he has to win it.
Okay.
But I would say
to get the 3 more and win one.
Then. Would you say that he's the face of this era for the Cavs then?
Oh, well, God, yes.
Okay. Well, then how is he not the face of the franchise?
Because the face of the franchise is from 1970.
So you're talking every team gets
26.
So then who's the one player from the Lakers? Because if you're saying there's only one player, one from the Lakers, one from the Lakers.
I had to pick one.
Yeah. Who's the face of the Lakers?
Magic Johnson.
Okay. Over Kareem, over Kobe.
Showtime Lakers. Magic. I'm just gonna say Magic Johnson. Who's the face of the Washington Wizards franchise, Joey?
Oh God. Oh jeez.
I it's in my head. I know already.
You're gonna say Michael Jordan?
Wes Unseld.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Jordan.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what's another good team? I mean, who's the face of the Spurs?
The Spurs?
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
Boy, that's a tough one because it's either the Admiral, David Robinson, or oh my God, I'm forgetting his name, Tim Duncan. They've got to be damn close. There's
an argument to be made.
Right now, if we're talking about right now, it's Victor Wembanyama.
It's Victor Wembanyama, but what has he done?
Yeah.
There's also
so he's kind of the same spot.
But he's the face of the franchise, right?
Donovan Mitchell.
But he's the face of the franchise
right now. Man, we're talking right now.
Right now. So Donovan Mitchell right now is the face of the Cleveland Cavaliers right now.
Yes.
If you're picking one player,
to take that next step and become the franchise icon.
Okay.
Because Cleveland fans are unforgiving. You know that.
If he can win a championship, LeBron's
he will be thought of as a failure.
But he can win. He can win. If they win the championship this year, LeBron is still the icon, the face of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because LeBron is one of the 2 greatest players of all time.
Well, he did get them. Here we go. We did get them. He did get them to 5 finals.
And he
LeBron.
lost. He lost 4 of them.
He got him to 5. How many has Donovan Mitchell got the Cavs too?
No, what I'm saying is,
how many has Donovan Mitchell got the Cavs too?
No, it
0.
was a joke. It was a joke. What I'm saying is, even if Donovan,
we're going to finish this
Mitchell
because we're almost out of time here. We got to finish
go
this.
Oh, my last thought is,
Real
if Donovan,
look at that 2007 roster.
Oh, that was horrendous. Yeah,
and they got to the finals. They got swept, but they got to the finals.
I'm just saying, right now, Donovan Mitchell's the face, but of all time, LeBron will forever be the face of the Cavaliers.
Okay, and that's basically what I was saying. The only way he could pass him is if he wins a championship.
I didn't even think that he'd have to win 2.
Well, yeah, okay. Let's move on to the Gardos, the Cleveland Guardians, who are now 23-21. They currently have a 2-game. They won 2 in a row. I guess you don't call it a streak until it's 3. But they're still in first place. Sad news today, though. Bob Tayak, the beloved public address announcer, who we've all heard for over 30 years, passed away. He took a leave of absence, I believe, after the first series, and he passed away today. So about 5 weeks after taking his leave, where he had hoped to come back. I remember them saying that, where he passed away, and let's be honest, we've heard him. That's the guy we heard for all these years. When we go to games, you even hear it on TV, and now he's gone. We'll never hear him again, and that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, he's. Like we were talking before the show, it's, for someone like myself who, I'm 41 and he's been with the team for 31 years. That's kind of the only voice that I remember, going to games. And so, prayers to his family, and, thank you
exactly to his family. And it's kind of like we should thank his family for lending him to us. Because what I learned from covering sports, covering the same beat for 20 years, and he was at 80 games. I just was 70 with the Captains. You miss a lot of shit with your family.
Mm-hmm.
He missed a lot of stuff because he was dedicated to being the PA guy for the Cleveland Indians / Guardians. And we're lucky. We were really lucky to have this guy. And thanks to his family for letting us have him for these years. A lot of time away from them. Working to bring us joy. So I feel bad for his family tonight. And, we only heard him at Indians and Guardians games. He was their dad or their brother or their sister. I don't know, exactly his family, what he had, but
lineage.
His wife, they don't have him anymore. They don't have him on Christmas. They have him on holidays. We'll move on.
A life well lived, and someone who will be remembered for a very long time.
Very much well, And I think that, I think the Guardians would do right by him by putting him in the, I forget what it's called, like the non-playing wing of the Heritage Park.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to think he's one of the longest serving PA guys.
You would think.
I mean, I don't know, but I would have to think, and so. That's
3 decades.
Yeah. So I believe we gotta move on. We gotta move on. I think the Guardians' run differential is now +4, I believe, after the
Let's
victory tonight. I believe
let's
they're
find out.
+3 going into today. So I think
Plus,
they're
plus
+4 now.
+2.
+2?
It's +2.
They had to have been more than +1 after last night.
It's +2.
Is it +2?
It is +2. I'm looking at it on ESPN right now.
Oh, ESPN. Come on. Go to the source. Go to MLB.com. Why do people do this all the time? People say that to me all the time. Well, ESPN says, who gives a shit what ESPN says?
Because
They're
it's
not always right.
Because it's
come on. I'm going to look at the standings. I'm going to look at the standings on MLB.com, and I'm going to tell you it's +2, Joey. But I just don't look at ESPN ever. I'll bet you I go to ESPN's website, aside from college football Saturdays, where I like to scores. I probably go to, I'm serious about this. I probably ESPN's website, other than college football and during the NCAA tournament, I probably go to ESPN's website 5 times the whole year because I don't think I get into ESPN. We could do a whole show on that.
It's just, I mean, for me, it's easier to navigate.
Okay. They traded for Patrick Bailey over the weekend. I think we're going to disagree on this.
Which paid off in spades today.
Well, yeah, one game. But my thing is, they traded a prospect,
right,
who has not pitched in the major leagues yet, who has a cool nickname,
Tugboat.
So what? Okay. So some people brought up stuff. Well, he pitched a no-hitter last year. He did. Pitched a combined no-hitter.
A combined.
So did Carlton Smith. Yeah. So did Carlton Smith.
You know who else just threw a no-hitter? Trevor Bauer.
Who? In the Mexican League. Okay, but Carlton Smith pitched 7 innings of a no-hitter for the Captains.
I personally, and they also gave up their first round pick. Smith. I have no idea.
Yeah, nobody knows. So there's no guarantee that Tugboat is going to pan out. So they got a Gold Glove catcher who hopefully at some point can hit.
Let me just explain, and I don't. This is I think the biggest problem with people not understanding. This isn't they traded for a defensive catcher. Yes, Austin Hedges is also a defensive catcher, but Patrick Bailey is the defensive catcher. He is the best in the league. Number 1. There is no one higher. He is the ERA differential when he is catching and when he is not catching is staggering when he was on the Giants. And we got him. He's only, I think, 26 years old. He's under control for 3 more years. So, yes, he is not a big-time hitter. He's a career 225 hitter. But
it makes up for that he doesn't hit.
Yes. And it's like you said, it's only 1 game, but he got 4. He started the game today. Started the game today against the Angels, where the Guardians won 3-2, and got 4 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts from Slade Cecconi, who you and I
know.
have bitched about this entire season. He didn't get the win, but he got him to throw 4 shutout innings with 7 Ks, and he only had 1 walk. That's how good Patrick Bailey is, and he's going to make the pitchers, this pitching staff, very, very good. Even, I mean, if you're struggling, you're going to get on track, and if you're already doing well, good Lord, there's a good chance you're going to have you might have a no-hitter at some point. But also in the game today, the Guardians kind of continued with their struggling hitting. They only had 4 hits as a team, but they still squeaked out.
What did they score yesterday?
What was it, 7?
What did they score yesterday?
Was it 7?
Yeah. Do we?
Yeah.
Are we really at that point? Are we really at that point? They had a horrible week last week hitting, but are we at that point? Are we at that point in Cleveland? Yeah, we are. We've been that way for about, I'm going to say 28 years now, since the losers came back. We're not going to count the 7-run game, but we're going to say they struggled again to hit with 3 runs.
Well,
because we always have to diminish the fucking Guardians.
I'm not diminishing the Guardians. I'm saying that
they're
finding ways to win.
48 points, and then they score 21 the next week, and they win. Whoa! Hey, they won.
If the Browns scored 48
Jesus
points,
Christ!
If the Browns scored 48
they scored 7 fucking runs yesterday.
If the Browns scored 48 points, the team they're playing is going to score 49. So it wouldn't matter. There's guys that
don't even have to score 48.
There's guys who are
28. Cleveland acts like they have won the fucking Super Bowl. Here you got me swearing now again.
I know you're gonna get banned. You're gonna get us banned from TikTok again because I'm just the messenger that Stephen Kwan's hitting 206. Jose is doing great things, but he's hitting 210.
Stephen Kwan stinks. Let's go there now. Stephen Kwan stinks. All right. Stephen Kwan is playing himself right out of a big contract. Stephen Kwan is going to be like, okay, well, maybe I should resign with Cleveland because they'll keep me because nobody else wants me now. I saw someone say the other day, and I'm for this. I would rather see Petey Halpin in center field than Stephen Kwan. And this person also said, I would rather see George Valera in left field than Stephen Kwan.
Well, yeah.
Because at least they do something well. Offensively, he's a joke right now.
He is not doing well. I mean, a lot of the players aren't, but they're doing other things which are getting them the wins. And that's the thing with the Guardians, especially right now. You got Jose Ramirez, who's coming out just a slow start to the season, yet he is second in the league in stolen bases with 16. People
second now? He was first.
No, he's second. There's someone above him who has 17. I can't remember.
Where are we looking at those stats, Joey?
That's off the top of my head. You can.
Where are we looking at those stats?
MLB.com.
I'm gonna go to MLB.com because those update live.
But to finish the game today, they won 3-2. Angel Martinez with his 6th home run of the season, tying Jose and Chase DeLauder for the most on the team. Rocchio
DeLauder has 7.
DeLauder has 7?
Yeah.
I thought he had 6.
Okay, Nasim Nunez of the Washington Nationals has 17 stolen bases as we speak.
And how many does Jose have?
So he's the leader. 16. So Jose's going to go in
my
after
stats
the
are
game
right
tonight. Jose's going to go in after the game tonight, and he's going to see that, and he's going to be like, "Okay, got to steal a base." That's how competitive he is.
I do got to tell you, there was a platoon that infuriated me today that ended up working out.
Oh.
Daniel Schneemann was pinch hit for Rhys Hoskins.
They do all three have 6, by the way.
What was that? I thought so. God, stop correcting me. I'm right.
They do have all have 6. I thought he had 7.
Schneemann was pinch hit for by Rhys Hoskins.
It's been for me.
Hoskins got he was walked, and then they put Petey Halpin to pinch run, and he advanced from first to third on a infield single by Angel Martinez, and then was driven in by Rocchio to give him the third run and pad it, because they were up 3-1 at that time, and then the Angels hit a home run, made it 3-2, but Kate Smith closed it out and they won the game. Right. And that's, you and I hate the platooning, but it worked out one time, and I'm not going to say I don't hate it, or I'm not going to say I don't hate it, because I do, but
I just don't like it because I think it takes it. I just think it takes at bats away from young guys that need to hit.
I don't think it's.
That's. I'm not going to go away from that.
I don't.
You're not going to ever develop players.
No. Not unless they let him. Well, I mean, people are. Oh, well, Travis Bazzana is only hitting, 195. Okay, but he walks.
Fine.
He walks so much. On top of that, he has 7 stolen bases.
I don't take him out of the lineup in my fantasy leagues where I have him.
No, he's got 7 stolen bases. There's someone between him and Ramirez that also. Oh, Rocchio. I think Rocchio's a bunch of stolen bases too.
Okay.
But they're doing all the little things. They're doing the things that they need to win. They're number 1 in the AL Central, and I mean it's a fun team, because DeLauder's going to get better and better, and Jose's going to come on strong. Bazzana's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to keep getting better and better and better. The only thing I wish is that Valera was still up here so he can continue to get better and better as well.
Yeah, I know. They'd rather play Quan, who's terrible, and Halpin, who
I got nothing wrong with Petey.
His way out of a barn.
I got nothing wrong with Petey.
But Minnesota's winning. He could be a good guy, but who cares? Minnesota's winning. The Mets are beating the Tigers. The only time I root for the Mets is when they're playing Central Division teams. And the Royals are tied with the Sox.
I believe the Sox are in second place, aren't they?
Of the white version Sox. I don't know. I think what's that?
You are breaking up very bad.
I don't know why. We're both breaking up. I think I figured out the problem, though, that we will have fixed next week. I think it's my computer, and I think I have to make sure I restart it shortly before the show, because I leave it on all the time. And with laptops, you're really not supposed to.
Yeah, no, mine's
that's
on and off.
The issue is, I really do. We'll get it fixed for next week.
But
I think mine controls the whole thing, because that's what the studio is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The studio is on my computer, so I think it's freezing.
Problems via satellite.
Check, like we use Google Chrome. Maybe I should check. Maybe another browser's best for StreamYard. I don't know. We're discussing this, people, while you're listening. So, you know,
we're troubleshooting
these issues that Joey has caused. We have.
You know what? Everything was going fine until you blew your stack, and then everything started getting real slow. And I wasn't even throwing a jab. I was just stating that.
But I guess now we got to move on to my favorite part of the show. My favorite part of the show, and watch, this stinking thing won't freeze up during this. It won't. Time for the Browns part, and I'll just mention that the NFL schedule, the most hyped thing on TV, is released on Thursday, and we're gonna see if the Browns have any of those international games, like their beat reporters predict every year they're going to. You know, they have indications that the Browns are going to. My God, shut up!
What's the one this year? I think it's the Saints.
I forget which one it was this year.
I think it's the New Orleans Saints.
Which one it was this year?
I think it's the New Orleans Saints.
They think they're going to play them.
Them in Paris. I hope
they're not.
It
was New Orleans. Yes. Well, because the Browns fit with Paris, don't they?
I mean, sure.
No, they don't.
Well, maybe they think that, give the Saints.
The Saints do.
Maybe give the Saints the team that they think they could beat in Paris.
Well, yeah. That's another thing. The Browns have the easiest schedule in the NFL, or one of the easiest, right?
I don't know. The schedule's not out
yet.
The
third easiest, I think.
I don't know. The schedule's not out yet. Is it?
Fourth easiest. Huh?
So the schedule's not out yet, right?
Well, no, but the strength of schedule can already be determined. Because it's home or away, and you know who they're playing. So it doesn't matter what day. That doesn't determine strength of schedule. I saw it this week. They're like second or third easiest. So what's the excuse going to be when they start off 1-5?
Well, that's, you know what? As a Browns, as a fan, I will say if they start off 1-5.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if they start off 1-5, what's the excuse then?
It's the same excuse that it's been every year. No, it's a terrible franchise, but
terrible ownership.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what you have to blame it on.
You can't blame DePest. What the hell ever? Paul DiPotesto. Can't blame him anymore.
Well, you blame. You got to.
Can't blame.
If you start 1-5, honestly, you're gonna blame Monken. That's who's gonna take the blame.
Well, people are gonna fire him after 6 games. They might want to fire him after 3. You know how some people are in this city.
I doubt he's gonna get fired after.
Well, I don't think he's going to either. But there'll be people saying, "Was this the wrong hire?"
Well, if they start off 1-5,
I mean, I'll go on record. I told you I went on record that it was a wrong hire before he's coached a game. So, you don't want them to start 1-5 because you don't want me coming on here every week saying, "Yeah, I told you." Not that I would ever do that anyway.
I've been hearing that for the last 5 years.
So, have we known each other 5 years for now?
Yes. Yep.
4. Well, 21, right?
2021. 2021. Yeah.
God, we've known each other 6 years now. Wow. That's crazy.
2021, 22, 23, 24.
Well, we're in 2026, Joey.
Yeah, you're right. I can't count.
Well, I guess 5. Yeah, 5. 6 calendar years.
6 calendar years. That's it. I will say,
the calendar year thing can screw you up. You know that?
No, yeah.
Because if you go by calendar
it usually
years,
does.
I'm 60 when I'm actually 58.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's weird.
I'm 42. But
yeah.
The thing listen, as a Browns fan, I understand the hope, the hype that comes with signing new players, that comes with drafting new players, but there's also I've been doing this long enough to where you also have to understand that, and most people don't, especially Browns fans, that you can love this draft class. And believe me, I love this draft class. I really do. But until they play, until I see them on a football field in pads playing against another team, don't start calling them, don't compare them to other players. Because this week I had to hear, oh, David Boston and Casey Concepcion are going to be the new Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And it's like, oh my God, how in the world can you compare those?
Well, look, come on. That's not even saying much, Joey. There's a whole cult of Browns fans. And they're really not Browns fans. They're not. They are Colorado fans who say Shedeur is Jesus. So saying Concepcion, you've never seen that. Don't tell me you've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're there. They're out there on Twitter, on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. You're talking like the Colorado Buffalo.
He's the chosen one.
Oh,
he's the chosen one, Joey.
You know who?
God hates Dylan Gabriel.
I want to give Shedeur a fair chance. But if you want to win games,
this is how insane these people are.
Yeah, I mean, you put the best, the guy who's played the best. You got to win the position. That's what you have a quarterback battle for. All training camp. Whoever is playing the best, that's your QB1. That's who's going to start. I mean, if it's Shedeur, then it's Shedeur. But if he doesn't show it in camp, then you can say whatever you want about him. He's still not the starter.
So what if performance-wise? We'll just say performance-wise. Mm-hmm. In camp and in preseason games. What if Dylan Gabriel's the best?
Then you start Dylan Gabriel. You put who you think.
I think you're in like the 5% minority.
Well, I think that
maybe that's the 5% that's common sense thinkers.
Well, if the coaching staff is evaluating, and listen, they're put there for a reason. If they feel that Dylan Gabriel is who gives them the best chance to win, then as a fan of the Browns, I don't care about the name on the back of the jersey.
The thing.
I care about the name on the front.
Thing there. I might say crap about I don't think Todd Monken should have been hired, but he knows more than me.
I always say I root for the name on the front of the jersey, not the back. My only exception is a certain quarterback that is on the Browns right now that wears number 4. You will never see me root for him. I will root for the team. Yeah. I don't care if he has 40 touchdowns. You'll never see me cheer for him. I'll cheer for whoever caught the ball, but you're not going to hear good things coming out of my mouth about number 4.
That's how I felt about Cleveland favorite Jameis Winston when he was with Tampa Bay.
Do you feel like Winston has redeemed himself?
Oh, he has.
Okay.
He has. He was an alcoholic. He has been recovered now since his last year in Tampa. And he has, he's living a good life, a normal life, a life that, I never held hard feelings against Jim Winston.
I loved what he said about Cleveland in the one interview.
He's a great pregame speech.
He's ridiculous pregame speech, but it's great. But I loved what he said, and it was an interview after he had already left the Browns, and they were asking him, did you enjoy your time in Cleveland? And he said, he's like, there's 90 days where it's the most beautiful place on earth. and I believe he lived near Chagrin Falls or in Chagrin Falls. And he said, he's like, there's like a 90-day period from like the middle of summer to
You know what?
like the
Can you read
middle
it
of fall.
because I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear me?
He said Cleveland's the most beautiful place on earth.
He said there's like a 90-day period.
No. He said that Cleveland's the most beautiful place on earth.
I will have to. I'm like 99% sure.
I'm sorry for this technical difficulty, people. This is really annoying. We're going to get it next week. I don't know. Like, I hope these receivers work out for the Browns. I hope they do. But two receivers working out at the same time. Could you imagine that, Joey? Joey's frozen completely.
No, I'm not frozen at all. Sorry, I was.
Could you imagine two receivers being good at the same time? Them picking two receivers that are good?
I think
that'd be crazy.
It would be crazy to see two rookie receivers in the same season work out. And here's the one thing that you have to that any fan should understand is you don't need 1,000 yards to be considered a good receiver. If you have,
I think it's yards per catch. I think is more important.
I think if number one, you got to look at. I mean, I think that if you're above 600 yards, but you have a good amount of touchdowns,
then 600 yards is not even a lot.
No,
it's not. You're not even getting 50 yards a game.
Well, it's.
I don't think. No, I think
there's
you got to be averaging. You got to be averaging like at least 4 catches. I think 4 catches of an average 20 yards to be considered a really good receiver.
I don't know if there's anyone who had a 20-yard per catch average.
There's some guys that probably did, right?
I don't think so. No, not recently. That's a lot. That's a huge.
All right, so like let's say 18. I just think that we're gonna minimize what a good receiver is, right? Is that how we're gonna make them good?
No, I think that number one, it's scoring.
Because the Cleveland media, if anybody can do it, the Cleveland media can do it.
Number one, it's scoring touchdowns because you're going to get down the field in a myriad of ways. You're going to have Judkins running the ball, Dylan Sampson running the ball. You're going to have, Judy making catches. Isaiah Bond. I'm saying
Bond making catches. Yeah,
I'm saying
Judy's screwing up.
Harold Fannin, the new rookie tight end as well.
Oh yeah, the joke who signed with the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. So, I think that's a good fit for him with Justin Herbert.
I do too, for some reason.
I think that's going to be a really good fit for him there. And they also got that other tight end there that I think it's Hampton, who he kind of came on. So I think they're going to be a good duo.
San Diego just had an offensive line, so Justin Herbert could stay on his feet. But I don't know. Did they just have some mini camp or something?
Oh, so hang on. Jameson Williams. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Alec Pierce from the Colts. He had 21 yards per reception last year.
So somebody did.
He did, but he was 19th in yards, in total yards.
But that's what I'm talking about. I think it's yards per catch means more than anything. I really do.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you're a big guy, you're yak. should be good too.
Yeah.
If you're a big guy and your yak is less than 5 to 10 yards, then you're a wimp.
Well, I mean, if you the
You're
top
big
five
guys knocking some of them small defenders over.
top five receivers last year were Jackson Smith and Jigba. He had 1,793 yards, 15. He averaged 15 yards a catch. Puka Nacua was behind him at 1,715. He had 13 yards a catch.
Okay.
And then George Pickens, 1,429. He had 15 a catch. Jamar Chase, 1,412, had 11.
So you were trying to tell me though that 600 yards is good. It's not
for a rookie.
I don't think it is. What did Emeka Ibuka have? He missed, I think, 2 games. But what did he have?
Ibuka is not in the top 50.
Oh, he's got to be in the top 50, Joey. Come on, man.
Hang on.
He's absolutely in the top 50.
Maybe I might just be missing it. Oh yeah, I missed it. Sorry, he was number 21. He had 938.
Okay, and I don't think he had that great of a year.
No, but like T Higgins,
600's shitty. If you ask me.
T Higgins,
if you're a rookie high pick.
You're right.
You're going to have 600. Either your quarterback sucks, or you're not getting open.
I've got to just look at T Higgins last year had 846. So I mean,
he missed games too, didn't he?
I think he missed a couple games, yeah. But like someone like the guy who I compared Denzel Boston to, I almost said David Boston, is Michael Pittman, who was on the Colts, got traded to the Steelers this offseason. But last year he had 784 yards, 10 yards a catch. Like that's kind of what I expect out of the rookies. Maybe that 800 900 yard range. I think that is a fair of a good rookie season.
Let's just be honest. No matter what these rookies do,
it's not going to be enough.
Huh?
It won't be enough.
Well, no, it will either not be enough or it will be they are the greatest receivers in NFL history. Because, like, remember the now hated, the now despised Trent Richardson was better than Jim Brown because he broke his rookie rushing record.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Peyton Hillis.
You know how it is. I'm not going to rip on Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis, the greatest.
Well, that's Cleveland media for you.
And then
Cleveland media for you.
He was on the cover of Madden too.
Yeah,
man,
the shit out of him.
He got everything. He got after that big season, his one big season in Cleveland. He got everything.
Yeah,
but I mean that's
his favorite player growing up was Mike Allstott.
Well, if you would have given me one guess, I would have guessed that.
Yeah. So, but I think that's it for tonight. We are right at around the 59-minute mark, and we somehow figured out how to fill an hour and
did 20 minutes of the NFL.
Waste an hour of people's lives. So
I like to think giving them an hour of joy.
Oh, okay, that's good. We shouldn't give them any knowledge. But we'll be back next week, and we want to thank everybody that watched and that might watch on YouTube the rest of the week. But you can check out our YouTube channels. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you get alerts when our show comes on or when all our shows come on. So, but I'm Tim Shire, and we will see you next week. I'll see you from Rocket Arena Friday night for the pre- and post-game Cavs show. But until then, have a good night. Joey?
Yeah, I signed off.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.